Hello everyone, Dave here back with another video. Hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to be voting on the Game Awards, the 2023 Game Awards. I know this video may, oh man, we're getting virus protection, that's fun. Um, I know this video may be a little late, a lot of people have probably done their voting already, but I am a noted procrastinator, so I'm just getting around to it now. But we're going to just relax, have a nice time, do some chit-chatting, and do some voting. So let's get started. Game of the Year, we've got Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to tell you right now, it's Spider-Man for me. I adore this game so much. I literally, when I started playing it, I could not put it down. Like, when I finally finished it, I was happy. Like, I was happy that I finished it because it was such an amazing experience. But I was also happy because I was like, okay, cool, now I can play other games on my PlayStation. I had just bought the PlayStation 5, and anytime I tried to boot up anything other than Spider-Man 2, I was like, yeah, this is fun, but I could be playing Spider-Man right now. Um, so it's definitely going to go to this. This is the only game that I actively 100%, like, I go out of my way. The same thing with Miles Morales, the same thing with the original Marvel Spider-Man. It's the only series that I go out and actively try to do everything in. I'm not usually a completionist type guy, and this is a game that like makes me want to do that. So that's got to mean something, right? Um, Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom I have not played. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 either, but I want to. Honestly, the only other game on here that I think I will eventually play is Baldur's Gate 3. I've heard a lot of good things, and it probably will be Game of the Year, or at the very least deserves Game of the Year, because of just its like what it has done for gaming. Like, you literally have other developers like scared almost, like sending out messages being like, hey guys, don't expect games to be this good all the time because they're not gonna. Which is kind of crazy. I don't think anything else has done that ever, like in any media. Like, has a movie ever done that? Like, a movie's been so good that, other directors are like, hey guys, I just want to let you know that not all movies are going to be this good. So that's pretty impressive. Resident Evil 4, I've heard was good. I'm not a big zombie guy. Well, I don't dislike zombies, but just horror in general is not for me. Same, Alan Wake, I don't know if it's really a horror type game, but, never, yeah, it's not really for me. I don't like being scared because I'm a little baby. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I've heard great things. Like, everyone that I've heard play it has all said great things about it. Just not a Mario guy either. Same thing with Zelda. I tried Breath of the Wild, just couldn't get into it. It's a game that I appreciate. It's that kind of in like a Dark Souls realm for me, not at all in style. I'm not gonna get on here and say like, oh, Legend of Zelda is like the Dark Souls of the Nintendo or something. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say, but um, it fits in that realm of like games I respect and I understand why people like, but personally I just couldn't get into it. Um, but yeah, that's definitely some great hitters here. Even on games that like I know personally that I wouldn't like. Like, I can see why they're on here and I can understand why people like them so much. But we're definitely gonna go Spider-Man 2 for that one, because in my opinion, it is the best game direction. I could go Spider-Man 2 again, and honestly, I think I will, just because I mean, well, I guess creative design. I mean, you literally can do anything you want in Baldur's Gate 3, at least from what I've heard. But again, it feels a little disingenuous for me to vote for a game I haven't played yet. But at the same time, like, I can recognize that a game is good. Yeah, I'm talking myself out of not voting for Baldur's Gate 3, but at the same time I'm going to vote for Spider-Man 2 cuz I'm a fanboy. But you can definitely, like, if you hear enough good things about a game, if you watch enough reviews, if you watch enough gameplay videos and you're like, yeah, this game's good, but I haven't played it yet. um I mean, would I be a bitch if I just kept voting for Spider-Man 2? Like, I love the story in this game. Like, twice the Spider-Man, twice the spider action. Like, there was a lot going on here, and there was a lot of like twists and turns, a lot of stakes at hand that made it like a really gripping experience. Like, one of the things, like when I put it down, like I mentioned earlier, I was like in a weird way happy, but I was also sad. I was like, I'm disappointed that I can't play this game for the first time ever again. Like that's it. Like I only played it the one time, and for the first time now I can play it as many times as I want. But I'm never gonna get that first experience back, you know. And the gameplay is a big factor. But like when I was playing, trying to attempt to play other games, like I mentioned earlier, and I would think, oh, I could be playing Spider-Man. It was, the gameplay is also, but the story. I was like, I got to see what happens next. I need to know. I need to know what happens. Um, but I've heard that Final Fantasy 16 story is great. Cyberpunk, I've heard a lot of great things about. They turned it around there. Baldur's Gate 3, obviously. Alan Wake 2, a very story-driven game. But I may be biased, but I'm going Spider-Man 2 again. It's just such a fantastic game. I love it so much. Best art direction. I have played none of these games. I'm gonna level with you. Like, I play a lot of games, but I'm not trying to call myself like a gaming. Somebody dropped something upstairs. I wonder if you could hear that. I'm not like trying to say that I'm like a gaming hipster or whatever, but a lot of the games I play aren't normally like the big ones that would be in this sort of conversation. But what I will say is that Hi-Fi Rush's art style, like if we're going art direction here, which is the category, I mean, it's gotta be Hi-Fi Rush, right? I mean, this game looks gorgeous, and it just looks really cool and unique, and it doesn't look like a lot of other stuff that you would normally see. Best score and music. I haven't played Final Fantasy, but I have heard the music from it. The music in Final Fantasy is great. Um, I don't really. I mean, I guess Hi-Fi Rush is a good one as well because maybe audio direction, but like how everything syncs up is very impressive. And yeah, the audio direction needs to be on point when you do that sort of thing. But the songs need to be fun enough too to keep you going. But I think I will give it to Final Fantasy because again, haven't played any of these games yet, but Final Fantasy I actually know the music from, and I have listened to it, and it is very good. Best audio design. Okay, here we go. Hi-Fi. As much as I would love to just like vote Spider-Man for everything, Hi-Fi Rush definitely has to take this one. Like, it's a very impressive feat to not only have good music but have it sync up with literally everything you do. That like a few games have done that, or at least like tied music into their games in a big way. But it still never ceases to like amaze me that's something that can just be done. Best performance. I've heard a lot of good things about Ben Starr's performance. I do love Cameron Monaghan. And again, here's my boy right here. I was gonna say all from games I haven't played, but Yuri Lowenthal is my favorite voice actor ever. I made a video on this channel a long time ago about my top 5 favorite like English anime voice actors, and Yuri's number one. I mean, he plays Sasuke. He played that really well. Obviously, he plays my boy Spider-Man. Um, like I love the dude. He plays Barnaby and then Tiger and Bunny. Like he's a great voice actor. I think he definitely deserves some recognition. He is my Spider-Man. Like when people ask me who's your favorite Spider-Man, they're usually talking about like the live action ones, the big three. But I always tell them like it might sound like I might sound like a bit of a like bit contrived, or like I might sound like a bit of a like pompous, but I always say Yuri Lowenthal. He's my favorite. Innovation and accessibility. Is pushing me that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content. Well, I have played Street Fighter 6 and I love it. I have played Diablo 4 and I honestly do kind of like it. I definitely can understand that Blizzard really dropped the ball on this one, on what they could have done and should have done. There's a lot in this game that I hate, but I've been playing it nonstop lately, so I have to give credit there. And then of course Spider-Man 2. So hardware that is pushing the medium forward. I mean, definitely not Diablo 4. Like, as much as I enjoy the game, like, the game has taken so many steps back with what it should have been and could be. Like, nobody wants an always online world. Nobody wants the same repetitive, like, fetch quest. Well, actually I do, because I love the game where I can turn my brain off, but that's not what Diablo 4 is supposed to be. Like, I enjoy playing it because I fully admit that I'm in the minority of, like, people who go into Diablo and I'm like, oh yes, I want to turn my brain off and do nothing. Or at the very least going into Diablo 4, because that's not what they promised. They promised a big story and all this other stuff. Um, but I think, honestly, like, again, going off of what I've played here, I might have to give it to Street Fighter 6, because its battle tour mode thing where you create your own character is, like, not something necessarily groundbreaking, but it's a lot of fun, and it's something very different for Street Fighter. And it's not the most deep, crazy thing in the world, but it is very addicting, and it is very fun to, like, build your own fighter essentially, and using bits and pieces from the cast and everything. And I think it pushes, maybe not the medium as a whole, but it definitely pushes Street Fighter forward, because I can't imagine Street Fighter 7 coming out without something at least similar to that mode. So, I will say Hi-Fi Rush, with its, music and everything, could help push the medium forward in that regard as well. But again, if I have games up here that I haven't played, like, obviously I have to vote on something, but if I have games that I have played, I'm going to try to vote for those, because, again, I don't want to seem disingenuous. So we're going to go Street Fighter 6, I think, here. It's also extremely accessible. I can't believe I didn't touch on that. It is the most accessible fighting game I've ever played. Like, I'm someone who loves fighting games. I've played so many fighting games, but I'm really, really bad at them. Like, I don't know why I keep putting, I'm not even a glutton for punishment. Like, I hate hard games. I play every game on baby easy mode, and I'm okay admitting that. I don't care. But, like, I still love fighting games, and I've played so many of them. So it feels nice to actually have a game that I can actually feel competent at as well. So definitely Street Fighter's the right choice there. Games for Impact. I've played none of these. I gotta love with you. I played none of them. I don't know anything about them, except this one is just like all furry stuff. I don't know if this game's actually good. Let me know. But the only thing I watched the trailer and I was like, it's not for me. I love this art here. We'll go with Terra Nil just because the art looks nice. I apologize. Haven't played any of them. Don't know anything. Best ongoing. I mean, I haven't played it in a long time, but I used to play Final Fantasy, what is this, 14? A lot, and I actually really did enjoy it. And the fact that it's still getting big updates to this day is pretty great. Cyberpunk 2077, I mean, I guess with how they've turned the game around and actually made it functional, is probably a good thing. So that's cool, but the fact that it was in a state to where it needed so badly to be fixed, like, honestly, if the game launched how it was supposed to, I don't know if it would be this ongoing today, or maybe, I don't know, because they did say that they were going to do, like, a multiplayer mode and, like, other DLC, and instead they really shrunk it down to just the Phantom Liberty and then called it a day. But I don't know. I don't know if that counts. Well, I mean, obviously it counts. It's here, but I don't know. I'm kind of, like, torn on that one. Genshin Impact, I played a little bit. I enjoyed it for what I'd played, but, it's gacha, which I actually really do enjoy Honkai Star Rail. So maybe just the gameplay wasn't really getting me, and a lot of people did compare to Breath of the Wild, and as I said earlier, I wasn't really a huge fan of that. So, but the fact that it still is ongoing, but at the same time, it's very, like, predatory. There's a lot of, predatory monetization that goes into a game like that. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Fortnite, I'm not a huge fan of, but it still is very much ongoing. Like, just in that aspect, that might be the one, just because it is releasing content and, stuff all the time. Same thing with Apex. I don't like battle royales. I've just never been a huge fan of them. I walk around for half an hour and then die because I didn't see anybody, and then I got shot by some random person. Um, Again, I'm gonna try to just stick to games that I played. I'm gonna go Final Fantasy 14 because they still are releasing like big, like content additions to that game that I think is really cool. Best community support. Um, why is Destiny 2 on here? Like, from what I've heard and seen and read online, like they don't really have a whole lot in the way of community support. Um, I don't know. Maybe No Man's Sky because like they listened to a lot of what people said about the original game and like added it in, because people wanted like base building and people wanted like it to not be boring and they, from what I've seen and read, made it not boring. But again, Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of, those updates, patches, everything to keep the game moving, keep the game running after all these years. So I don't know. I still might go that. I apologize on some of these, topics where I don't have anything to say because, there's not much going on. Best indie game. Um, I've heard good things about Sea of Stars. I've heard great things about Dave the Diver. I'm gonna go with Dave the Diver just because that's my name, and also out of all these games, Sea of Stars I might try at some point, but out of all of these games, it's the only one that I actually want to play. So we're gonna go with that. Best indie debut. Haven't played any of these. Pizza Tower. I like pizza, sure. We're gonna just kind of speed through some of these ones that I don't care about. Best mobile game. I think Honkai Star Rail, right? Monster Hunter Now is a game that I probably should have played because I love Monster Hunter, but I just haven't. I'm not a big mobile game guy. There's Terra Nil with that cool art style. It's on mobile as well, so I don't know, maybe I'll try it out. But yeah, Honkai Star Rail, I haven't even been playing mobile. I play it on my PC, but I really enjoy it. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, people have been talking about a lot. It being on here, first of all. That was a throwaway, joke in South Park, but who knew it was a real game, apparently. Um, and then I haven't played Ever Crisis. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy, but haven't played that one. But we're gonna go Honkai Star Rail because one, out of all these, it's the only game I've actually played. But also, it's a lot of fun. I know it can be pretty damn predatory, just like Genshin and really any other gacha game. But I enjoyed it. Best VR and AR. Haven't played any of these, honestly. Um, I mean, I don't know, maybe Gran Turismo 7, just because, like, driving in VR is cool, but at the same time, like, if I just wanted to drive in VR, I would go, like, get in my real car and go drive around. Um, but I don't know. I'll just go with that. Whatever. We're only 15 to 31. Best action game. God, I haven't played any of these. Again, I've heard some people say Dead Island 2 was okay. I've heard other people say it was bad. It definitely was not worth the wait, I'll tell you that. I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, I really enjoyed Dead Island, and I even enjoyed Dead Island Riptide, to be honest. And I know I'm in the minority on that one, but I don't know. We're gonna go Ghost Runner because just off of the gameplay I've seen, it looks like a lot of fun, and it's best action, so there definitely is a lot of action in Ghost Runner too. So we'll go with that. Best action adventure. I mean, Spider-Man, right? Obviously, there's a lot of action. There's a huge adventure. It's Spider-Man 2. Again, all these other games I've heard good things about. Jedi Survivor. Actually, I just downloaded Jedi Fallen Order because I've never played that. So I'm excited to get around to this eventually after I play through Fallen Order. But as of right now, we're definitely going Spider-Man. I know I might be completely biased on that regard, but I'm really trying here. But just Spider-Man just is that good and meant that much to me. Best RPG, I think we can definitely give this to Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, I've heard good things. I've heard really good things about Lies of P, which is a game, again, I'm not a big Souls-like game guy. I mentioned that earlier, but, it's even still, not a game that I expected to hear a lot of. I've, like I said, heard good things about Sea of Stars. Starfield, Starfield is weird to me. I've heard some people say it's like the best game they ever played, and then other people say it's the just garbage. So I don't know who to believe. But I'm definitely gonna go Baldur's Gate 3 on this one. Like, it's quite literally a role-playing game. You play your role, and you can play that role however you want. Best fighting, Street Fighter 6, 100%. Again, it's the only game I played on here. But even if I play the others, I would probably still say Street Fighter 6. I am enjoying that game so much. I am loving Street Fighter 6. Best family game. I played Pikmin 4 and I really loved it. So I think we're going to go with that because, again, haven't played any of these other ones. But I don't really know if it's a family game. I mean, it's definitely a game you can play with your family, like, and have them watch. But, like, it's not like a party game like Party Animals, you know, where a bunch of people, or like Mario, where people can play at the same. Or maybe there is a two-player mode in Pikmin 4. Maybe I'm tripping. I only played it by myself, so I don't know. But we'll go Pikmin 4. Next, we got Best Sim and Strategy. I mean, I should be saying Fire Emblem Engage, but like for a game called Engage, it wasn't that engaging. Like, pun very much intended. But I, I don't know. Like, the strategy is definitely there. I mean, there are definitely some difficult enemies in the game, but I don't know. Company Heroes 3, I want to try. City Skylines 2, I haven't played, but I have played the first one and I really enjoy it. Advance Wars, I like a lot. Haven't played the reboot camp, but I played like the originals on like Game Boy and stuff. I think we'll go Fire Emblem Engage just because that's the one that I have the most time in and the most experience with, and it is a fine game. Like, it's Fire Emblem at the end of the day. Like, it's still good, but it's not nearly as good as Three Houses. They really took a step back there. Best sports. I'm gonna go. I mean, I've been really getting into FIFA. I don't play FC 24. I play FIFA 23 because it's the same game and you can at a fraction of the cost. And I've heard a lot of bad things about FC 24 anyway. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. Honestly, I played the first one and I loved it. So, and it's just very cool that a Hot Wheels game is just that good, you know? Best multiplayer. Maybe Baldur's Gate 3. I'm gonna go Street Fighter 6, but Diablo 4 being on here is stupid. The multiplayer sucks in that. Like, I've been running around. I've been playing Diablo 4 for. I think I have. Like, in the grand scheme of things, with how many hours you could theoretically put into Diablo, I don't have a whole lot. I have probably at least like maybe 50, and I haven't seen one other player. I don't know if everybody just dropped it or if nobody plays it on PS5, everybody plays on PC or Xbox or whatever, but multiplayer is non-existent, at least for me. Definitely going Street Fighter 6 on that one. Okay. Best adaptation. Castlevania Nocturne. My roommate watched that. He said it was pretty good. I wasn't a huge fan of the original Castlevania series, so I'll try Nocturne, but I just didn't really like it. I heard this was actually really good, the Gran Turismo movie. I heard that was pleasantly good, and honestly, I heard that the Twisted Metal show was a pleasant surprise as well. But I think probably I'll go Last of Us just because of like all those other properties. Like, I would feel like you would have to be at least a little familiar. The Last of Us, I think, is an accessible show to anybody. Most anticipated game. Star Wars Outlaws. No. I mean, I am anticipating it because it's Star Wars and like, for everything bad that Star Wars does, I feel like the games are usually okay. Like, there obviously was the whole Battlefront 2 debacle, but like, and Jedi Survivor launching in a pretty bad state, but I've heard the game itself is actually really good. The launch was just bad, and Jedi Fallen Order, I'm like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna play that later today. But I did play a little bit of it a few years ago at a buddy's house, and I enjoyed what I played. So I feel like I want to be excited for Star Wars Outlaws because usually the gaming um, stuff isn't half bad, but that right there is is why I'm not super excited for that one because it's just gonna be like, oh, open world Star Wars, that's awesome. Go to all these checkpoints for no reason. Do outposts. I know that's like Far Cry, but still. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I love the Yakuza games. Obviously, this isn't Yakuza. This is Like a Dragon, but same thing, sort of. Um, Tekken 8. Like there's some good stuff here to be hyped over. I'm gonna go Like a Dragon just because I really enjoy the franchise, and we'll go with that. um, Content Creator of the Year. I don't know who these people are. Oh wait, Iron Mouse. I know Iron Mouse. People make games. Quackity, Spreen, and Sprich. I mean, I wonder how people come up with their gamer tag. Like I know, like I'm Davey Doughboy. Like that's not something to brag about, obviously. But like at least I didn't take Boggle and throw it at a wall and whatever the piece is made. That's my name. Um, I'll go with the Iron Mouse just because they're literally the only creator that I know. And I enjoy Iron Mouse. I don't dislike Iron Mouse. But best esports game. Who the hell is still playing PUBG Mobile for that matter? I don't like esports. I'm a level with you. For as much as I enjoy gaming, I just can't get into esports. I just, it's cool. Like it's very cool. Like I appreciate that people are making a career for themselves, making a life for themselves. I appreciate that gaming is in the cultural zeitgeist. People are taking it more seriously, but for me, I just can't get into it. Um, I've heard a lot of good things about Valorant. We'll just go with that. I don't know. Best esports athlete. I mean, Faker is like the guy, right? Uh, Zywoo, Demon One, Hydra, Ruler, and Imperial Hall. I don't know. I only know Faker because like the meme of like I think it was Ruler who was like our road leads here and Faker's like all roads lead through me or whatever. Super badass quote. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't know any of these people. I'm gonna go with the only guy I know, and that's Faker. Well, I guess I do know Ruler because he was a part of that, beef, but whatever. Esports team, Jesus. Again, I'm not an esports guy. I'm just gonna go with whoever is the best name. Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, Gaming Gladiators. You spelled gaming wrong. JD Gaming. That just sounds like a YouTube channel. And Team Vitality. I don't know. I guess we'll go Team Vitality because like I like their jerseys and they're the only name that actually sounds like a team name. I guess Evil Geniuses too, but all these other ones just sound lame. Best esports coach. I always wonder what goes into coaching. Like, obviously, I don't know enough, right? Especially when it comes to games like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Valorant, League. Like, but I mean, come on. Like, what do you say? Like, kill that guy? Go kill that guy. Okay, kill that guy. Okay, good. Oh, did I do good? Yeah, you did great. Oh, thanks, coach. Appreciate it. Like, it's like the equivalent of being a bowling coach. Like, you know what? Coach, I'm about to go hit this, this 7-10 split. Like, what should I do? And he's like, I don't know, bud. You should probably knock the pins down. That'd probably be the way to go, I think. And it's like, oh, you're so smart, coach. Thanks. I don't know. I guess we love to see, women on top. So I guess we'll go with Christine Chi for Evil Geniuses here, because we love women. We love women succeeding. Best esports event, brother. I mean, the League Worlds are hella popular, right? I guess that's probably a good one to pick. I don't know. Sure, we'll go with League of Legends World Championship because that's one that I'm sure your grandma knows too. Is that all of them? Keep going. 404. You've reached the error page. Can I vote here? Is this the new? Is this something new? Is this a new game? Um. Okay, well, that's fun. We did that. I don't know. This video kind of turned into a lot of nothing. Um. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Wow, we've been doing this for half an hour. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe this is some weird like ASMR type stuff where I bored you guys enough to where you fall asleep. I'm okay with that, honestly. Like I'm okay. You just keep it on. Just play it and loop it and everything, and have a good night. Sleep, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.